These aren't necessarily changes, but things I want to know for the future. YouTube is something which I take very, very seriously. If you haven't already realised, you don't upload once a day, pretty much for free, if you don't want to get somewhere. I have been doing this for a very long time now, on multiple channels for around 7 to 8 years. I have been on YouTube longer than I like to admit, to be honest. And with, you know, Need for Speed coming out, with The Crew coming out, with Gran Turismo coming out, this is a very, very big year for the growth of my channel and possibly maybe taking this full time. Now currently I am in zero position to do so. I don't earn much, if anything, out of YouTube at the moment. Pocket change, really. Nothing which is gonna, you know, sustain something, you know, for a long time. Nothing which is really gonna, you know, make this a job for me. But this is a goal I have. Now when I say job, don't take it out of context. I mean that in terms of this is what I'm spending 100% of my effort into, and that's it. Now currently I'm on holiday, so that is what I'm doing. I'm spending 100% into this, and obviously I'm putting time into other things because I'm still got to get ready for uni and whatnot. But for the most part, I'm doing YouTube, and I'd like to continue doing this. For the past 4 summers, I've been doing this only, and this has been my pure thing, and I honestly think that's part of the reason why I enjoy my summers so much. Now this video is kind of just asking you guys a few questions for the future, so I'm going to bring up a few questions and I want you guys to answer honestly. Don't just say yes to get on my good side or whatever, because to be honest, if you were to do that and then obviously it comes around to the time you don't, it's like, it's more of a case of that's just a bit bullshit really, and you've messed around with the kind of gauge I've got. I'm trying to see how popular all of this is actually going to be in real life, you know, when eventually it comes around to November. So that's kind of the reason why I'm doing this video, is to get a good gauge on what, you know, what you guys want to see, and I'm going to explain why I'm doing these things and why I'm you know, implementing these, and everything I'm going to say is going to be optional, but it's just something which I thought might be good to gauge now, you know, as we're leading up to November. So first thing is merchandise. I'm thinking about doing merchandise. Now merchandise is one of those things, it's expensive, I don't have a lot of money, so I've kind of got to work a way around that really. But first off, what merchandise would you want, and second of all, how much would you pay for them? So if you give me an example, I'm going to mention a few, and then if you just write yes or no and then how much you think they should cost. Now I'm thinking maybe stickers, and I'm thinking the stickers are going to be anywhere from £3 to £5. Again, I haven't looked awfully into this. I kind of know the base price and everything, but I haven't looked awfully into this. So stickers is something which I'd open up merchandise with, and if that was to do well, I'd then open shirts and other things. You know, it all depends on how well received the merchandise is. So that's the first thing. Would you buy merchandise? If so, would you buy a sticker off me, and how much would you buy the sticker for? Is £3 to £5 a reasonable price? If not, please let me know why in the description. Again, you're going to get a lot of this serious talk in this video, because this is definitely a serious video. Like I said, I want to make this full time, and to push things like this is very important. Second thing is Patreon. Now I honestly don't like the idea of big YouTubers pushing a Patreon, you know, like Philip DeFranco and stuff. They still have a Patreon when they quite clearly don't need it. Now for me, I would like to make it quite clear that Patreon would only be a thing for when I need it, you know, for when I'm relying on it to live. Like, I wouldn't use it at any other point, you know, after that. And also, I wouldn't lock off any content or anything across those lines if you were to, you know, donate. That is completely optional, and that's a thing on the side. I'd give you maybe like a free sticker a month or something across those lines, but it'd be one of those things where it's not gonna, you know, affect a normal subscriber. It's just something which would greatly help me, and would help me, you know, pave the way for me making this a full-time thing. And the question I mainly have for you guys is, how much would you donate, if at all? I asked this to a few people on a different chat I have, and they said, not a lot of them said they would actually donate, which is fair enough. I completely understand why. But it would be interesting to see if any of you guys would on the channel, because obviously there's a lot more people on the channel. And if so, how much would you donate? Because if I'm only going to get 3 Patreons who donate $5, that's not particularly going to help me live, like, off my own, like, rent and stuff. That's not gonna help. But if there was to be a big, you know, overwhelming, you know, a bunch of people that would, then obviously I think my ideas would change. And considering my demographic, my actual YouTube demographic, age demographic is 18 to 25. It's not kids. Like, a lot of people think it's kids, it's not kids. It's 18 to 25, and hopefully, you know, there is a few people out there that would support. I do have a PayPal as well, so if you can't, you know, donate on Patreon, you can do a monthly one on PayPal, which is open currently. But honestly, it's not something at the moment which is like viable to live off. Again, once I'm at the point where I'm comfortable and I feel like I don't have to rely on this Patreon thing to live, I'd get rid of it, and that'll be the end of that. I would be mad like to see how if that actually did happen. But once I don't need it anymore, I won't use it anymore, and that's going to be basically it. I could probably still use it just to have a little nice tip on the side at the end of the month, but that's just not me. I wouldn't want to take money off you guys if I didn't need to. I'd only take it if it was necessary. Third thing is Adblock, and the main question is how many of you do actually use Adblock, and if, you know, my content is worthy of just getting it blacklisted, because this is a huge thing as well. Adblock, I don't know why YouTube haven't bypassed this yet, because if other sites allegedly do, I'm not even going to say what sites, that's a bad idea. Other sites have blocked Adblock. You can easily get around that. It's a way that many other sites have. Why YouTube hasn't done that so far, I don't know. Now, I have whitelisted YouTube on my Adblock. I still use it for like other streams and stuff I go to, like when I watch, I don't know, like a pay-per-view for example, I'll have Adblock on there because you usually get spam with ads and stuff, and like when you're downloading things like you get, oh god, you get spammed with ads. So I will still use Adblock for those sites, but for YouTube I have it whitelisted. Now if you don't already know, if you click on Adblock and then you can actually either stop running Adblock or whitelist certain channels. A, how many of you guys have already done that? B, how many of you guys do run Adblock, and how many of you guys don't really care and just think I'm talking a bunch of shit? That's the main question. I don't think this is going to make the biggest change in the world. It's just interesting from my point of view to see how you guys are perceiving all this. And those are the main questions I have, really. Mainly with the merchandise and the Patreon. I don't want to start a Patreon like many other YouTubers have and just get 3 Patreon people who have just done $1. As much as that I am grateful for that, it's one of those things that's like, it's a bit pointless just having $3 each month. There's many other things I can do for $3 each month. Oh god. So it's just one of those things, really. I'm really interested to see your guys' stance on this. And I wouldn't be launching these things till later this month anyway. Or later this year, I should say. I wouldn't be doing any of these things mentioned until later this year when it's a bit more viable. If any YouTuber is living off like 12k subscribers getting 100k views per month, I would be extremely surprised, because to me, and that's what I get 140k a month of views, and views is what really drives it forward. If anyone was to do that, I'd not believe them, to be honest. I don't think you're getting any more than $100 a month, and that is not enough to live. No way. But obviously, with me moving forward and with games, bigger games coming up, hopefully that can change. And it's one of those things, especially in the next year, I'd like to push forward, and I feel like I can do it. I feel like this is the right time for me now. This next year is so crucial for me in YouTube that I just needed to let you guys know all of this and get feedback, because, you know, I think my content's okay. I think the content is good at the moment. I did a feedback poll a few months ago about that, and it seems like I'm kind of delivering on everything on that standpoint, and even my views are good. I'm getting 10% of my subscriber count, which is actually the YouTube average. I'm a lot of the time getting more than that, which is good. I'm getting more than average. But it's one of those things to really push it forward. If I was to be around 30k by the end of the year, I'd need to do some of this to push my channel forward, and it's something that I want to do. It's something that I want to pursue. I want to do this full time, and it's important to me to, you know, let you guys know this, and, you know, hopefully there'll be a lot of you guys that are interested in what I'm saying. I want to make this abundantly clear. I am not doing this to get money out of you guys. I am doing this to live. I'm doing this to make sure that my channel can be propelled from 0 to 100. That's the reason why. As soon as I don't need this, I'll stop. Merchandise is a bit of a different thing, because a lot of people will want merchandise anyway, but especially with a Patreon, once I don't need to use a Patreon anymore, I won't use a Patreon anymore, and that will be it. I don't like the idea of milking subscribers, and people do it. Like, people do it, but that's not the reason why I'm doing it, and I just don't want to get, like, you guys twisted on that kind of scenario of me milking you guys. That's not what this is. So hopefully you understand. Hopefully I've come across as genuine, because this is all I have not scripted it. I don't script any of my videos. All my videos come straight from here, and this video was straight from here. This video has come straight from the heart, and this is exactly what I want to do. I've given you guys, I haven't talked to this about many people really. This is exactly what I want to do. I want to do YouTube full time in the next year, and these are questions which I need to be answered. So just as a quick recap before we finish this video, let me know if you would be interested in merchandise and how much you'd pay for a sticker. If you'd be interested in a Patreon, if not why, and if you are, let me know how much you'd probably donate. and C, also Adblock. Let me know if you use Adblock, and that's basically all I want to know, really. Like I said, I do have a PayPal at the moment, so if you do want to donate, it will be much appreciated. All the money pretty much goes back into YouTube, or just living, like petrol and stuff, and that's basically it, really. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video, so please let me know in the comment section down below. That's been it from me today. If you guys enjoyed, I guess hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have an awesome, stay safe, and peace.